I would like to welcome to e-learning, headed by Prof. Fong as the Director of e-learning Center, and then Puan Salmi as a Deputy Director, and then we have Puan Eugenia, Coordinator for MOOC and OER, and our old colleagues, Zone, same pattern t-shirt today.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. So welcome to the Roadshow. So today Roadshow is co-organized by our Medical Education and E-Learning Center UMS. Today it is about the new learning management system called ITEM. We're gonna be replacing the Smart V3 TV3 system starting very soon in the next academic year. And we also have probably going to be brief about the KPI as well as MOOC and OER creation. Okay. So I think without further ado, I would like to invite first Prof. Wong to start the roadshow. Thank you. Please welcome, Prof.
Thank you. Dear friends, dear colleagues, terima kasih. Thank you. Dr. Ismail, thank you for the introduction. We are here from Pusat e-PEMBELAJARAN and we have exciting things to share with you. So, with us here is our Timbalan Pengarah for Pusat e-PEMBELAJARAN. That is Puan Sami over here. And then Eugenia, our coordinator for MOOC and OER. Okay. Is Encik Amin Sami? Okay. Encik Amin is our coordinator for blended learning and training. Okay. Can you proceed to the PowerPoint? I will give an overview concerning what Pusat e-PEMBELAJARAN is doing in UMS for all of us. Okay, proceed please. An overview of what I will touch on. Please move on. This is the Pusat e-PEMBELAJARAN and Puan Sami is there, Eugenia, Encik Amin and Zul. And here is our Ketua Pentadbir, that is Encik Wazir, with Alex as well as Fazil helping up. And we are all the time available, okay, to be contacted. Okay, move on. Our e-learning coordinators, and here we have Dr. Firdaus. Where are you? Okay, and they are so important, yeah, helping to execute whatever action plan that we have. Okay. Dr. Firdaus is not here. On behalf of PP, please tell him terima kasih banyak-banyak for coordinating. Okay, go on please. This is our mission and vision, and they are all aligned to our Malaysian Education Blueprint, our Depan 2.0, and our KRA. Primarily, our mission to realize our aim to achieve academic excellence and international recognition, and to promote greater innovation and productivity by cultivating a meaningful and conducive e-learning environment. So, what kind of e-learning environment is needed in the Faculty of Medical Faculty and Health Sciences? You will have to inform Dr. Firdaus as well as contact us because we may be lagging behind with certain needs, so do update us, okay, and we will adjust accordingly. Okay, and our vision is to support the realization of globalized online learning. Please move on. These are our strategic plan and action plan. There are 7 strategic plan and 20 action plan, and the slides will be made available to you during your free time. Please click in to see actually what's going on. Okay, that we are prepared for all of us and for our students. Go on. For some of us, I just got to know who just came back from their master study. So this is the Malaysian Education Blueprint. Any one of you who have at least open to look at this in this book? Anyone have seen it before? Okay, no, I'm not familiar. So this is available online. Just go to Malaysian Education Blueprint, and there you will see a very important diagram. So in this diagram, actually it is the hope, the hasrat of our kementerian that we have this kind of graduates coming up from the university. Okay? And the enablers that will bring out to realize these graduates are all these from number 6 to number 10. And we are in the business of number 9, shift number 9, okay, which is globalized online learning. That's what Pusat e-PEMBELAJARAN is doing to realize this shift number 9. Okay, for more details, I encourage you, just go in and at least have a look, because this is the one that governs our work here in all University Awam. Okay, please move on. University Awam, University UA. University Awam. This again is available online, so the QR code is there. At least just type Dasar e-PEMBELAJARAN Negara 2.0. This is the one that actually regulate our KPI, again, in all the public university. Please move on. So you have to know actually what are we doing. Actually, it's all based upon these fundamentals. Okay, so our blended learning, our MOOC and OER are our KPI in all the University Awam. Okay, please move on. So the first one is concerning blended learning, and the target has been given by the ministry. So until the 2021-22, it was supposed to be 60% national target for all University Awam coming together. In UMS, we hit 97%. Give a clap. Okay. So terima kasih to every one of us who have been able to support this. Please move on. In respect to your faculty, FPSK, last semester, 1 and 2, 100 marks, 100%. Congratulations. So, Dr. Ismail, wonderful. Move on. Yeah. So, yeah, having consistently very well done. Please move on. Very good. Okay, so that one, the blended learning that we'll be practicing is actually being supported. It's called sokongan, pembelajaran teradun sokongan. So we're supported by online activities and so on. So we have done quite well. We've done very well, and now we're going to move on. So afterwards, Puan Sami, Eugenia will be sharing to us what next. What next? Okay. And there's something called as pembelajaran teradun gantian, substitution, blended learning. Move on, please. Okay, wait. This is OER. So the second KPI that we have is called OER, Open Educational Resources. And here we have 98 OER coming from the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. We believe that this will be over 200 this year. Why? Move on. Yeah. Now, this is the OER repository. This is actually very robust, and it's called oer.ums.edu.my. Please visit it, because this is a place where your talent is exhibited and displayed to the whole world. Okay. Commonwealth of Learning is actually part of our partner to optimize this system. So it meets the robust international standard and demand. Move on. Now, this is what I mean by, this year we're expecting more than 200 coming from your faculty, because whatever that you contribute to this repository, okay, afterwards Eugenia will show you how to deposit your materials here using the CC license, okay, and you can report it to SMPPI, and you can also put it into your ELMPT under non-index, okay, you put it there. Then it will be verified by penerbit. For each OER, it is 0.25. So if we have 4, What does that mean? So it is equivalent to your high impact journal and so on by producing 4, 5, 6. And it can be done very easily. Puan Eugenia will show you the way, okay? We have very important people here, by the way, you know. And she's going to help you increase your marks for LMPT. So remember to belanja minum kopi. And I mean it, really, very valuable things to be, we can put over here. Dr. Christina, I just understood from her that she came back from Sheffield and her master thesis, she says that it will be under Creative Commons. So you see, they are practicing OER over there, even up to the thesis level. Okay, something that we haven't implemented for thesis level. Okay, so anyway, there's a beginning. Okay, do participate. Go on, please. Okay, and the third KPI is MOOC. Okay, we have one MOOC that is being produced over here, and massive open online courses. The university, all public universities as well as UMS, is strongly emphasizing this. So bear in mind, considering how Eugenia will show you the way again. Okay, move on. So how to apply for MOOC? It is open whole year round through. Okay, how? What Eugenia will share with us. Okay, go on. She will tell you the details step by step. Go on. And we have a studio, okay, operated by Zul and also by Faiz. Okay, just I forgot to introduce Faiz. Okay, they are very important to help you produce your video for MOOC. Okay, go on. Again, your MOOC SMPPI reported in LMPT as a MOOC that has got a value of 1.1. So it's almost equivalent to an internet as an academic textbook. So it's very valuable and appreciated by UMS. And it's all gazetted, by the way. All these marks are gazetted. So each year you produce a MOOC. I was with some people in UiTM, and they're saying that for promotion to become a professor in UiTM, they must have at least one MOOC. So you can actually start producing MOOC. Okay? Okay, move on. There are a lot of challenges in our online teaching and learning environment. So we are hoping, that whatever that activities we put, they're at the higher HOT, higher order thinking level. Move on. Our smart UMS V3, our present new one called ITEL, okay, are all actually developed and framed under the activity theory framework, where in the world of education, we believe that knowledge is constructed through human activity. So this system is able to afford the kind of collaborative and cooperative teaching and learning environment. Please move on. Oh, wait. Look at the diagram, for example. So subject is actually the student, the outcome is our learning outcome, and within the online environment, if we could actually allocate our student, within the community of e-learning environment, the division of labor, agihan tugas, we give them, certain peraturan and bring in the appropriate tools to be able to probably bring out the learning outcome that you desire. Okay. So anyway, this is the constructivist learning environment, the social constructive learning environment. You may not know this, but actually what we're doing is actually based upon certain principles and theories. Okay, go on. One of the big challenge, of course, of online is getting people engaged. Okay, so could we do this in the online learning environment? So, Sami, Eugenia, they will show you. Okay, there are many challenges. Okay, on how to have problem-solving skills online. How we could have critical thinking skills online. How could we also have the element of fun, curiosity, enthusiasm online? So these are all challenges, and we some of us have successfully implemented certain innovative ideas among you and your student. So we call upon you to mutually share, and after we'll show you places where you can share your whatever practices, okay, for the benefit of other lecturers. Move on, please. Yeah. Again, we stand upon TPAC model in our online environment. We are the content expert, okay, and we have our different means, approaches of teaching and learning for your own this particular discipline, and we bring in relevant technology. So some of us are using different apps, different softwares. By all means, go ahead, okay. But our main official platform is ITEL. Okay, move on, please. This is a simple, not simple, it looks complicated, okay. And the center actually is just now the Bloom taxonomy, okay. So there is, what level you want our learning outcome to be. So let's take the example of create, move on. So you want to go to the highest level of higher order thinking, then what are the activities that you want to produce and what are the tools that come along. All in all, dear colleagues, we are the content expert for that particular discipline you are in, and you know best the approach that you want, the activity that is needed. So what is the activity that's needed to realize that course learning outcome, and we look for the tools, the app that we can support it. Move on. Yeah. If you pusat e-PEMBELAJARAN, there is a big slogan outside there. It's called learning design first, technology second. So most important is whatever approach you use, that is the most important. Okay. Then you think of what is a technology can come to enhance it. Okay. Technology second. Huh? Now, telcop.ums.edu.my, anyone who have contributed anything here before in this group? Okay. No, huh? You have contributed one? Okay. Have you contributed? No, okay. I think there were some of you here. Anyway, this is a place where during that moment in time, our Prof TNCA, Prof Rashid, was saying, that due to the pandemic, all the academics are so isolated. So how could we have a community to support one another? And this is what it's all about. Okay. So your little practices that you have with your student, just a 3 minutes sharing, put it here. And how to share? There's a link over here. Okay. Just click it, you share it, and then we will help you to share it over here, display it here. Okay. Whatever you're sharing, it can also be put into the OER repository, and it's a win-win situation. Whatever you share, you are rewarded accordingly. Win-win. Okay. The whole idea, of course, is to support and help one another, okay, with respect to technology-enabled learning among our staff. Go on, please. These are also available for our students. So in case we are not familiar, just inform your student, visit the PEP website, and under publication, we have a list of them. This is one of them, okay. For those of us who are producing OER, for example, Dr. Christina from Sheffield, she's very familiar with open licenses. So those of you who want to produce open licensing materials that can encompass those who are OKU, to make it more inclusive, so that everyone have the accessibility to access your material, even though they have certain code defect. So this is also available, okay? And this is available, and actually it's produced by all the University Awam, okay? And it's published by the Kementerian, and UMS actually took the lead. Okay, go on. Go on, yeah. Help desk. So you know who is this lah? Zulfadli. Okay. His slogan is ever ready. Okay. So Dr. Ismail, mana boleh kita lepaskan dia? Tak boleh. And anyway, he's serving the whole university, 3 campuses. Okay. Thank you, Zul. Zul is a great asset here. Okay, please move on. Yeah, so we're going to show you 3 video clips, and I will end my session over here. One video clip will be concerning our studio that we have made available, and you see how probably it might be able to support your video production. And also concerning the ITEL launching of ITEL, as well as our pembelajaran teradun gantian. Zul, please. Yeah. It's just a few minutes.
System, ITEL, version 4.0, University Malaysia Sabah. ITEL at UMS Interactive, innovative, technology-enabled learning. The UMS Learning Management System is part of the Digital Learning and Teaching Space Initiative. ITEL at UMS was developed with the joint efforts of the Department of Information Technology and Communication, JTMK, and the Center for New Learning. Introducing you to our new look. Experience new heights of education. Reach out to the most competent and passionate mentors. Great learning experiments, categorized activities and resources make it easy for users to add materials according to learning objectives. We will send you a notification to keep you updated. Addo Editor. Enhanced accessibility for screen readers and keyboard navigation in Moodle's text editor. ITEL. Learn remotely from anywhere.
And this is a studio facility that is available for us.
Get ready to take your video to the next level with our expert videography services, now available with green screen technology. From product demos to corporate interviews, our green screen technology enables us to seamlessly integrate any background, making your video look professional and polished. The Center for New Learning, UMS, was proud to announce the launch of the video recording studio, which is currently available for the whole staff at UMS for the express purpose of creating video content collections, training, and professional video creation. Here are some example videos that the studio has created. Hello. Salam Mother, I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to this course.
If you have any questions, please email me or Hazel at ums.edu. See you in the next lesson.
The perfect shot is just a booking away. Reserve our green screen service today at PET Studio, UMS.
Okay, so more exciting updates will be given by Eugenia and Puan Salmi. Thank you so much.
Muk dulu.
Ini dulu kan?
Nanti lepas untuk Creative Commons. Okay, hi. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I'm in charge of MOOC and OER for the whole UMS, 3 campuses, just like what Prof. Hong said. Okay, so I just need to update you guys on how do you need to prepare your MOOC. I'm not sure how many MOOCs have you produced this last year? Satu. Okay, adalah satu. Okay. So, is that okay? Is that active, running? Okay, okay ketemu. Okay, so we did some changes on how do you need to apply for MOOC. Okay, previously we give you template and then you have to fulfill that template and then you design later. So now we're going to go through the step 1, which asks you to develop first. Okay, develop first and go through with your reviewer on your materials, and then we'll give you ample of time to prepare your MOOC, 6 months. Okay, so this 6 months is just to actually to fulfill your materials. Okay, the time to prepare your materials, and also whether you need some consultation with your reviewers. Okay, so these are the time that you need to actually use. Okay, and then we'll give you the link to develop your MOOC on the dot. Okay, so this link, it won't be published when we give you the link. Okay, it's not published yet. Once you're done, once you have a letter from us saying that your status of this MOOC is up and running and you can share with your students, then only it's published in ITEL. Okay, let's just hope that JTMK can finish setting up our server for the public, because for now it's parked inside internal server. Okay, so we don't want to actually use Open Learning, Coursera. Okay, we don't want to park our MOOC outside. We want to use our own server. Okay, just like other universities, they are parking their MOOC outside. Okay, so this is also for security reasons. That's why we need to use our own server. So hopefully in 3 to 4 months we'll get the good news from JTMK. Okay, so after that, this is the reviewers part where they get their appointment letters. Okay, for the LNPT. But then again, this LNPT thing, for the reviewers, you find reviewers inside UMS. Okay, preferably the content experts from your colleagues also can be the content expert. Okay, so that one, and then the third step, that will be the, okay, for example, your reviewers check. Okay, you told your reviewers, okay, I think this is settled, but then your reviewers say, I think there's this part you need to change. Okay, in week 3 or week 4 you have to add in something, so do that changes within that month. Okay, again, next, and then the last part, when your penyelaras say, Dr. Firdaus, okay, when your penyelaras say, okay, I think your content is already there. Okay, and in the rubrics also everything is already ticked, nothing that need to change anymore. So then only you will receive, he will contact PEP, and then you will receive a letter saying that your MOOC is ready to go for public. Okay, all right, then only then you can share the link to everybody. Okay, but then this MOOC is available in our website, UMS website. Okay, whenever people search for it, available when it's open to public already. Okay, for now it is parked inside your MOOC, the current MOOC. It's still inside Smart 3. Okay, we're going to migrate it to ITEL soon, and plus that one is still within UMS only, not for public yet. Okay, all right, so the last one no need. Let's go to the PPT. Okay, so I've already told you about the latest updates on how do you need to apply for MOOC. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through what are the consents that you should have, the minimum requirements for you to at least have one MOOC. Okay, so next. So I have already briefed you on get to know the application, the step-by-step application. And I just need to touch on how do you need to create MOOC and also the license that you have to have when you prepare your MOOC for the public. Okay? All right, next. So how do you need to create MOOC? So this is some sort of a step-by-step guide. Okay, and you will see that it's familiar to what we are trying to do next session, which is the PTG. Okay, so landing page is what UPM call, Putra MOOC call as laman promosi. When you need to promote your MOOC before people go into your MOOC and register, you need to promote it. Okay, so course information, you have to prepare your course synopsis. What are the learning outcomes for that particular MOOC? And minimum weeks or minimum topics that you need to have in your MOOC will be 4 topics, 4 weeks. Okay, it can either be topics, because some lecturers, they prefer to call their lesson as by topic. Okay, some lecturers, they prefer to call their lesson as week 1, week 2, week 3. Okay, so the level you need to indicate. This course is for beginner, intermediate, or advanced students. Okay, so who are the audience that you are targeting to actually take this MOOC course? All right, so image of the course, you can get it online. Okay, just make sure that it's not a copyright images that you get from Google. Okay, so just look for the image that has CC license that can be shared freely. Okay, so that one up to you. Okay, next, that is for landing page. So this is a sample of laman promosi by Putra MOOC, which is prepared by UPM. Okay, so you can go and explore yourself. Okay, this is one of the MOOC that was done by UPM. This is Titas, Kursus Titas. So it only covers 4 weeks. And the learning time, the learning hours is 8 jam. Okay, 8 hours. So we know that probably approximately in 1 week, it's 2 hours time of learning to go inside. Okay, so within 4 weeks, you need to complete the course. Okay, so certificate tiada. Okay, level beginner, permulaan. So language, it will teach you in Bahasa Melayu. Okay, but for our MOOC, preferably English, because we want to actually dedicate it to the whole world. Okay, so use English for now. Okay, maybe we can have that option, language option. Okay, so target participant, they put in there pelajar, pensyarah. Okay, but we don't need to put that. We just put in who are the target by putting in the level. Okay, so next. Okay, so in the main page is when you go and click, when you go inside your course. Okay, in Smart V3, there's this announcement part right on top, right? In Smart V3, the first block, the announcement part. So there you should put in your greetings. Okay, hi, it's nice to see everybody Thank you for enrolling, okay, this course. Okay, I hope that you can have fun while doing this course. Okay, so all these you should put it in the first block. Okay, so lecturers information. Who are the developers? Okay, if you have a team of 4 lecturers, put in their information as well. Okay, so this can be in the form of team as well, because in PPST we have one MOOC that is developed by 5 teachers, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, 5 lecturers. Okay, so teaching schedule, you can put in your teaching schedule where you want to see your students face to face. Okay, face to face, not like this, yeah, it can be virtual face to face. Okay, so virtual face to face is still what we call as synchronous teaching. Okay, if you want to see them with your time, okay, so indicate the time, day, and also the link that they can go in. Okay, you can put it in your schedule, the first part. So introduction video, it can be in the form of 30 seconds to 1 minute video introducing your course. Okay, so in Putra MOOC, in their laman promosi, you can see that on top of it there's a video telling their synopsis, their learning outcomes in a very short video. Okay, so I hope after this roadshow, you can just get to know other Malaysian universities, okay, public universities MOOC, get to know their MOOC. So maybe from there you can have your idea on how do you need to create that MOOC. Okay, so ice-breaking session, it can be in a form of face-to-face, synchronous one, meeting them virtually, or you can ask them to create a video and paste it on a Padlet or Flipgrid. Okay, just like Encik Amin, yeah, he's always asking students to prepare videos by putting in Flipgrid in his ITEL. Okay, so that is what you can do for ice breaking. Okay, that is for the main page. Okay, next. So topics and weeks, okay, it's up to you whether you want to call your course by week 1, week 2, or you want to call your course by topic. Okay, so topic 1, topic 2, okay, it can be the name of the topic itself. Okay, and just to be clear, you need to indicate this week the learning outcome is what. Okay, just indicate. Okay, you can just describe it briefly in every week. Okay, all right, next. Okay, so the course content, what do you need to put in for the course content? Minimum 1 original video, which you can use that Studio to produce your video. Editing and recording will be done by Encik Zul and also Encik Faiz. Okay, I think Faiz was the one who created the video for ITEL and also the Studio video, the launching video. Yeah, so the expert is there. Okay, use them. If you have maybe you want to create a sharing video, awareness video, probably you can come to Studio and do that video. Okay, editing will be done by them, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so this video, it cannot be how do you say, more than 10 minutes video. It should be a very short video from you. Okay, if you were to put in a long video, I think you will lose your students halfway, not even halfway, after the 10 minutes maybe. Okay, so I encourage you to have 3 to 4 minutes video, break them. Okay, so minimum, the course content, minimum 1 video for each week. So when you have 4 weeks, that is the minimum requirement. So you have a total of 4 videos of 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, all right, so at the end of the video, you need to have your information of the presenter and also who are the people who contributed the idea. You can just put in, yeah, okay. And then make sure there's no sensitive issues on politics, religion, or any racist remarks. And you should put in disclaimer alert in any part of your MOOC. Okay? So it should be mentioned at least once. Okay? It can be towards the end. Okay? Or right on top on the main page. Okay? So all works feature in ITEL, in OER, in MOOC, it needs to use Creative Commons license. Okay? Don't use any copyright materials or published materials that is already published outside and put it in. Even in ITEL or Smart V3, okay, it's wrong. Okay? Okay, next. So activity. So since we have 4 minimum, the required minimum activity, the minimum required to open up MOOC is 4, right? 4 topics or 4 weeks. So we need to have at least 4 activity. Not each week, throughout the whole course, MOOC course. So each week, 1 activity. Come up with 1 activity. Okay, then later on you'll say, have to come up everything from scratch? No, okay? This activity, you can get any activity outside, okay, on the website. You just hyperlink. Click here, the word here, you hyperlink it to outside. So you don't need to monitor the students every single time. Okay, if they don't do that activity, then they will have problem when it comes to assignment. Okay, this assignment is some sort of a pop quiz. You can put in 5 items to 10 items, okay? MCQ, again, you don't need to monitor them. Okay, don't put in something that you have to mark manually. Okay, so MOOC is something that encourage students to do their self-learning. Okay, so we need that. Okay, so maybe we can practice using MCQ after we have presented our video and ask them to do some activities outside and come back and do the quiz. Okay, so again, the assignment is also for at least once every time you produce video, at least once, 1 quiz or 1 assignment under every week. Okay, all right, so if you have 10 weeks of course, okay, then you have to produce 10 assignment. Okay, or maybe you can have 2 weeks once, 2 weeks once. Okay, so because the minimum requirement again is 4. Okay, all right, next. So extra reading and reference is something that we have already included, because when we take a look at UPM, because previously the template we took it from COL, Commonwealth of Learning, and it did not indicate a certain rubrics for the MOOC to be published, whether this is good enough or not. So now, by following UPM's guidelines, we have a rubric that says extra reading or reference acknowledgement is actually a must. Okay, extra reading, you can use YouTube. Extra resources, extra reading, not only PDF or Microsoft Office things, okay, materials that you need to read, okay. It can be something from outside. So again, hyperlink. Extra reading 1. This is about what? Taken from where? Yeah, cite them. Okay, so reference and acknowledgement, if you have anything reference that you need to do, okay, so list them down. Okay, this reference and acknowledgement you can do towards the end of your MOOC course, or it can be done weekly. Okay, if you want to put it your reference every week, then just put it there. Okay, up to you, up to your creativity, just as long as you have these. Okay, all right, next. Okay, so this is the license that I talked about. Okay, Creative Commons. I think Dr. Kenneth mentioned this over and over during the online roadshow. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you about Creative Commons very briefly. Okay, next. Okay, Creative Commons. Familiar? Have you used this? Never. I just share. Okay, so Creative Commons, if you were to see that CC, that is Creative Commons. Okay, so that means this is Creative Commons, and if it has this round thing and then it's strike like that, then that is for public domain use, and it's free to use, free to share, free to adapt, free to copy. Okay, all right. But now, if you want to put in CC BY, okay, you need to credit the author. Okay, you need to credit the author, the original author who created that material. Okay, so CC BY, it's still free for you to copy 100%, free for you to adapt, to change, make some changes. Okay, still free. Okay, so CC BY is a material that is for everybody to share. Okay, it can also be packed in your ITEL in Smart V3 or OER. If you were to see the second icon, it says no selling, non-commercial. Okay, so that material is prepared for you to share freely. You cannot sell even your course using that material. You are charging students 60 ringgit, okay, for the course. Cannot. You cannot park this in MOOC, in OER, in ITEL, Smart 3. Okay? So, non-commercial. Use it, but don't make money. Non-derivative, equal sign, the equal symbol. Okay? You can take my materials and share it as it is. Share my materials and share it as it is. Do not change anything. Non-derivative. This is very strict. Okay, you cannot change anything on it because it belongs to me and no changes can be made. Share alike. You can change my materials. You can copy my material, but just make sure my license stay the same. Okay, my license stay the same. So if I were to use CC BY share alike, you should share my material even though you have already made changes. Still, my license CC BY share alike. Okay, so that is what all these CC licenses are for. Okay, so let's go through the if we were to combine them and make it as a license on our paper. So the first symbol there, right on top, that is free. Okay, free. Copy. You want to change, you want to even sell it, go ahead. It's free for you. Okay, so on the left side, you can copy, you can adapt, and you can make money using this tree symbol. Okay, CC BY share alike. Okay, the first right on top is public domain, which you can share freely. Okay, so that is available for everybody. So right there, okay, the fourth and the fifth ones, okay, you can copy, you can make changes, but it's just that you cannot sell. You cannot sell this material. Okay, so even for our full-time course, cannot. Right? Okay, we cannot sell it. We are charging our students. So the yellow parts, derivative, equal, copy only. No changes can be made. Okay, no changes can be made. So you can only copy and acknowledge me. Okay, so down there is copyright. Intellectual property cannot be put in OER, cannot be put in MOOC, cannot be put in ITEL or Smart 3. Okay, if you were to see towards down there, our Smart V3, it's CC BY. Okay, so everything, all the materials should be Creative Commons license, not copyright. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is for my information MOOC. Do you have any question? Okay, so I think some of you are wondering, where can we get this license? How can we know that this is the correct license for me? Okay, so what you need to do is to go to creativecommons.org. creativecommons.org. Yeah, just type Creative Commons and then look for the website creativecommons.org. Okay, so this is the website where you need to have a look. Share your work. Click on share your work. After that, choose a license, get started. Okay, so these are the questions that you need to answer. Allow adaptations of your work to be shared. Do you allow people to make changes of your work? Yes, then it's CC-BY. As you can see, it is still there. This is a free culture license. Okay, if you say no, what happened? Then this is not a free culture license. Okay, if you say yes, I do allow people to change my work, but make sure they share the license the same. It's like that. Okay, and then down there it says allow commercial users of your work. Do you allow them to sell your work? If you say yes, then it's like that. If you say no, then change to that. Okay, so this is how we get. And then what you need to do, just copy paste and put it on your paper or PPT. Easy to get that license. Copy and paste it on your document. Okay, so some say I want people to attribute my name. I want my name inside the license. This part is optional. Help others to attribute you. So click title of your work, document. Okay. Okay, attribute, yeah. So your name. Okay. So if you have any URL, maybe you can use your OER. Okay. All right. So as he do that, do you see your web page there? Have a web page there? You can see the title of your work. You can see your name, okay, inside the license. So this is also one of the way for you to put that license in your document. Okay. All right. Okay. Any questions? No questions, too much. Okay, but then again, I can't end my session yet because Encik Aminuddin, who's supposed to be here, he's supposed to talk about ITEL. So we just moved to ITEL, yeah? Okay, okay makan? Okay. All right, I can't present similar like Encik Aminuddin. I think we have to open his apa later, his ITEL. Okay. Okay, so introduction to ITEL and the implementation. So just for your information, we are going to start ITEL to be made compulsory this coming semester, which is 27th of March. Is that our first class? Yeah. So this coming semester, we have to say our goodbye to Smart V3. Make sure don't say goodbye without even backing up all your documents that you need to bring in and migrate it to ITEL. Okay, so similar like what we have done with our Smart 2, you need to back up and what do you call that? Backup, download and restore in ITEL. Okay, go to that course, find your backup word on the administration side. Okay, and then you download whatever has been backed up, go to ITEL, and then restore there. Okay. All right. How do you need to go to ITEL? Do you need to register? No need. just use your username and password from Smart 3. Automatically you can go in. Okay, so whatever Smart 3 that you have, your username, your password, it's already there. Okay, all right, let's go to the first slide of Encik Amin's. Okay, what changed? Okay, so ITEL, we thought of having this PTG together, implement it together. Okay, but now we have decided to put PTG on hold and start it in the next session. Okay, in the next session, which is the next semester. Okay, so for now we are still using 1732 in our ITEL for this coming semester, but next we have to go to 40-40-20 already. Okay, so I don't want to talk more about 40-40-20 because that is Puan Salmi's talk later. Okay, so she will share on how do you need to go about 40-40-20 and why do we need to go for 40-40-20. Okay, so all I can say now is that ITEL later, when you go in, when you have already imported all your stuff, 1732 is still being implemented for this semester. Next session only will start with 40-40-20. Okay, next. Okay, so what do we need to have in our ITEL? Okay, similar like MOOC, we have to have our digital content, video, teaching video, TNL activities, okay, teaching and learning activities, and also assessment. Okay, so this is what we should have in every single week of our BL. Okay, but for now, luckily PTG is already there. Okay, you only have to do it 4 times. Okay, no need for throughout the whole weeks, but the rest of the weeks you have to put in your supporting material still. Okay, next. Oh, okay, all right, this is what PTG comes in. So for 3 credit hours, it says the SLT should be 14 hours of videos, learning materials, 14 hours of learning activities, and then 8 hours for e-assessment. So how are we going to audit that, right? So yeah, so this is 30% of our SLT. Okay, this is our 30% of SLT. So bear in mind, this is for 3 credit hours courses. 3 credit hours courses. We can go and exceed 50% even. We can go up to 79%. If it's already 80%, then it's already ODL. Okay, so for now, it's 50%. We have this we can calculate by weeks. We have 30% is like similar to 4 weeks of our class. 40% is like 5 to 6 weeks of our class. 50% is 7 weeks of our class. So why do I say this? Why 7 weeks, 5 to 6? Because we can change them. Okay, we can replace them using ITEL. We no need to come into class. Okay, for example, in that particular week you have a conference, and then you got so messed up with the scheduling and all, and then why not replace it with PTG? Okay, you can have 4 weeks of classes be replaced by using this. Okay, ITEL. Okay, previously people keep on asking me, can we change or replace our class with BL, with Smart V3 or Smart UMS? I say, nobody asked me about this, but then I don't think we can, because I have never heard of this question. But now it's already legal. You are allowed to change or replace your class with a synchronous video, a synchronous activity, a synchronous quizzes. You don't need to even face that, students. You don't need to go and Google Meet your students. No need. Just create a video, teach them, ask them to do self-learning for 4 weeks. Okay, so that is PTG. So, not me, you will ask her later. Okay, so next. Okay, so what can you include? What can you include in that 40, 40, 20? Okay, 40%, which is 14 hours of our student learning time. Okay, so you can put in video, maximum 10 minutes video. Okay, you can put in lecture notes as 40, the first 40. You can put in infographic, okay, short articles, journal articles. Okay, each one of it we count is as 1 hour. Okay, so maybe you can put in some things that you think that is something that that is a content for learning. Okay, you can put it there. And then another 40, 40, 40, 20, and then another 40 is teaching and learning activities. Okay, so you can use forum. Okay, here Encik Amin also put in Flipgrid, gamification. Okay, so that one is the 40%, the second 40%. And then the 20% there, 8 hours, that is quiz, assignment. You ask students to submit your assignment. Okay, or quizzes. All right, so that is parked and audited under e-assessment. Okay, all right, next. So how do you do that? How do you calculate? Okay, how before this we have statistics showing that we have already achieved 1, 7, and 3, and 2. So this is what we can tell you. Okay, so throughout our 14 weeks of classes, your TDA say, okay, let's do a 30% only PTG because I don't want 50%. Okay, your TDA will decide for the whole faculty whether you go for 30% or you go for 40% or 50%. TDA will decide, not us. So if TDA say 30%, then 4 weeks, you label them as PTG1 to replace your class, yeah? PTG2, 3, and 4. Okay? So, what you need to put in to fulfill this? You put in 1 video, 1 activity outside, for example, Kahoot, and then 1 e-assessment. You've already fulfilled for PTG1. Then same goes to 2, 3, and 4. Okay, done. Okay, so what is the good thing about this is that you no longer need to pack your course synopsis in the correct icon. Next. So if you were to take a look at this, when we click on add an activity, you won't see course synopsis. There's no longer course synopsis there. So up to you, you want to do your course synopsis in the form of video, short video, brief description of your course synopsis. You want to tell your course synopsis in a, PPT form, using Canva, using Genially. Up to you. We don't count that anymore. These are the things that you need to take note. Assignment, you see, quiz and workshop, that is the pink color, all are e-assessment. Okay, and then book, file, folder, blue color, that is no, that's not activity. That is the materials that you want to put in, your learning materials. Okay, so the green color and the orange color, that is the activity. Okay, so yeah, they've already given you the color-coded activities. Okay, so this is ITEL. Okay, later on we'll go into ITEL. So all these have been done by Genially. It's a similar like Canva. Okay, you can get it from the website Genially. Okay, next. Okay, Encik Amin has Okay, this is what Prof. Fong has mentioned about the pedagogy wheel, whereby you can use which app to help you with the action verb that you use in your learning outcome. Okay, next. Okay. Curiosity. Okay, all right. So we have to move forward by opening new doors so that we can explore on our own. Okay, we don't just feel curious, but we don't try. Okay, I think we should go to Encik Amin's. Okay, so this is ITEL. This is ITEL. Okay, so when you go in, okay, so it's divided by categories. Okay, faculty, psychology dan pendidikan, it has its own, so we can see how many courses inside. Yeah, do you have a question?
It's already open.
It's already open. It's already open since last semester. Yeah, it's already open since last semester. I think only 6 of the lecturers went and explored. They used this already, including me. Okay, but yeah, you can try now. Okay, you can try now, because if you were to use Smart V3 this coming semester, I think it will be lagging. Okay, you can still use Smart V3, but compulsory to use it. Use ITEL for your auditing purpose. Okay, all right. So let's go to Encik Aminuddin. Okay, as you can see, the course synopsis is there already. Okay, click. Okay. All right. So Encik Amin, he's conducting his classes or courses in hybrid mode. Okay, because he has international students who can't come to here, so he's doing it hybrid. So face-to-face, some of them are face-to-face students in class, some of them online. Okay, so have to listen to his lectures on the dot. Okay, one thing good about this ITEL is that it has edit mode. It follows you. So you don't need to scroll up and click on the edit button. So you can just edit mode, click, and then you can edit. Okay, so that's the good thing about ITEL. So Encik Amin here, okay, this is his image of the course, starting of the course, okay. He introduces his course, okay, welcome, okay, and then the information, okay. So this is done by Genially, similar like Canva. CLO1, CLO2, okay, greetings. Okay, so he introduced course synopsis, okay, this course is for, okay, all right. So in Genially, you can even embed hyperlink, okay. So digital poster, his rubrics, he put in there and then like this, okay, and then go back and then he put another rubrics for digital portfolio, okay, all right, okay. So next, so you see that he put in PTG1. That is how you label your PTG later. That is how you label your PTG1, PTG2, PTG3. Okay, so you can do that. Coba kasih contoh, edit mode. Label PTG tu. Iya ya. Okay, add an activity kata. Okay. Alright. So add topic PTG1. Add topic lagi PTG2. Simple. Okay. So I think Zul, add an activity or resource. Yeah. So this is how it looks like. If you think we are missing something from Smart V3, let us know. Okay. If, for example, I think last week we just added group self-selection for grouping purpose. Okay, because one of the lecturers requested. So we just add that one. So if you think that this ITEL, it needs more plugins, let us know. If we can put in, then we put. If we cannot, we will let you know. Okay? Alright, so resources, it's blue color. Activities, okay, all these are activities except the assignment and quiz and workshop. Okay? Alright. Anything more that we have to add? Dia punya course?
When we upload the video or lecture, PowerPoint, it takes the same weightage for the content.
For the content.
Content we have a different content like video.
Yeah,
and
can.
PowerPoint.
That
So
is the
whatever,
first 40.
First 40. that
7.
one
The
equal
number
weightage.
7. Yes.
If we cannot do video, also okay. We
Yeah,
just
can you PDF? PDF
PDF
still
also.
considered material. Yeah. Okay. So this is Flipgrid. Okay. Flipgrid where Encik Amin, I think, yeah, he asked students, part of his assignment, he asked the students to create a video on something, and then just kasih tengok dia orang apa. And then the students, yeah. Bukan, yang masuk dia punya Flipgrid tu. Oh, kena login. Okay, Flipgrid, students can use the video to create the video inside. Once the students go in, they can just automatically create a video from there. Okay, they don't need to go outside, but if they want to have outside video using other apps, different apps also can. Okay, Flipgrid is another video maker apps, right? Video making. Okay. So this one is his assessment. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
For our school, we don't have our modules here. It is only the
Just
public hub.
similar like Smart B3, register with Zul.
So we have to register.
Still have to register unless you want to wait 2 weeks before the course starts. Because it will be extracting.
Next week we will have the training of trainers. One.
Yeah,
That one I think I put my module first.
Yeah, can. Yeah, you can open up your module first. Okay, if you want to open your course in ITEL already, let Zul know. If you can wait for 2 weeks before the semester start, then you just wait from SMP. We will extract the data of the courses that you have for next semester in 2 weeks time, before the course starts or the class starts. Okay? All right, any questions? Yeah.
It has to be linearly, is it? Because I believe
Canva also can.
Canva
I think there are plenty of other apps that can support. Yeah.
because those who in charge for the website, we had our workshop earlier. So for the website, we just send the draft of the whatever we want on there.
Okay.
Is it the same thing? I mean, we need to prepare that. How is the animation going to be? The arrangement here, we put here, that thing. Where
Oh, you just send information, they will do it for you?
No. We share the draft, embed the key, right? So, does it work the same way for this?
Okay. This one, macam mana dia masukkan dia punya Genially di dalam? Embed, similar. You just embed. Yeah. You have to have an account with Genially. Similar like Canva, website, you log in, yeah. Yes, correct. Buka kos. Untuk tot dia bilang. Dia mau buka kos untuk tot. Ya. Any more questions? If there are no more questions, I think I should pass the mic to PTG expert, Puan Salmi.
Oh, ini boleh lekat sudah di sini ya.
Macam apa? Aku nak kasih start Webex.
Webex, why?
So, dah boleh start Webex ni.
Okay, kenapa? Bagi dia. Take 5 nanti ya, sebab cognitive overload sudah nih saya tahu semua orang. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all of you. So this is the last part of the presentation. I hope you still have the strength to be with me. But actually my presentation is only, I think, brief. It's only a matter of explaining to you the upgrade version of our table 4 to PTG. PTG is pembelajaran teradun gantian. The substitute blended learning SBL, but because the famous acronym is PTG, so we are using the PTG. As my friend said, Dr. Ahmad just now, apa itu PTG? PTG is not petang. PTG is actually is pembelajaran teradun gantian, and I know it's very foreign for us because sebelum ni tidak ada gantian. Now we have tiba-tiba blended. We only have BL actually, blended learning. So PTG is a new, is not a new term actually, but in UMS we are implementing this because other university have already implementing the PTG before us. So next one, there's only 3 agenda in my presentation. First, I would like to share with you what is the current status of blended learning in Malaysia. The second one is how to design your table 4 to conform to the PTG formula. And the third one, I will show the simulation from my table 4 that I developed based on my course. So my course is 3 credit hours. There will be a table there that I will share that if your course is maybe in 2 credit hours or in 4 credit hours or 8 credit hours. So you don't have to count the percentage yourself. You just follow everything which have been tabled out for you. So next, as mentioned by Prof. Fong just this morning, we are delivering the KPIs from what KPT have given us. It is from the Dasar e-PEMBELAJARAN Negara 2011, and then for blended learning, this is 2 books that you can refer if you want to understand more. The first one is the Garis Panduan Pelaksanaan Pembelajaran Teradun Gantian, modful, very modful. So PTG, the pink one, the white one over there. But if you want to read more on the what actually then how to implement the PTG, you can read this book, playbook for the PTG. Actually, it is a 130 pages references, but for PTG, you only have to read the chapter 1.5. Chapter 1.5 for PTGs to understand what is PTG. But bear in mind, because they are using other university table 4, so it will be different with UMS. So you just read through in terms of the how they do it in their course. But in terms of the table 4, we have to use the UMS version of table 4. Next one. This is the chronology of PTG in UMS in Malaysia. Discussion started in 2014, but actually there's a Bengkel in 2018 which I involved in Malaysia, and then other universities have started to adopt PTG during 2018. Now it's already 2023, 5 years. So during 2018, I was asked by other members, other UA said that UMS, when are you going to adopt this PTG? But during that time, we all just learned about the mantra 1732. Remember? Now everything when we said blended learning 1732, 1732. But now after 5 years, we are becoming expert in 1732, right? So and then we achieve 100%. So what's next? What's next? Nanti kita. So we have to be better actually. So to go forward, we change from the 1732 to 40, 30, 20. But it's only actually a change of numbers. It doesn't change in terms of how do we teach. Let's say the step how to do a cardiovascular examination. It is the same step you are teaching, even though it already 40-40-20. So I will show you actually what is actually 40-40-20 is. So I managed, actually there's another formula after that, 1732, there's another formula, but we managed to silat few, and then still we can do the 1732 until now. But I think last year UMS was mentioned that we are among 5 universities who haven't adopted the 1722, so we have to go for it. And this is the time. That's why we go for a roadshow to explain to our fellow colleagues what is happening in UMS and how we are going to deal with the with PTG. Next one. This is the formula 1732. There's another formula, changes of formula 5-40-35-20, but we don't have to do that anymore. We are going for 40-40-20. Next one. So why blended PTG? PTG is better. 1732 is a supportive. We are only supporting our teaching and learning. So every time when we cannot do our face-to-face class, we have to find another time to change our class, right? We need to replace our class. But if you go for substitute, it means, like mentioned by Puan Eugenia just now, you didn't do your class face-to-face, but it has been substituted with your materials, with your activities and your assessments. It means that your students actually have read your material, and then they're involved in the activities related to the materials, and then there is an assessment quiz about the materials. So it is an indication for us that our students have read our material. So rather than we just give that lecture, the copy of lecture notes, but we don't know whether they are really engaged in the lecture notes or not. We don't know whether they read or not. We only find out when there's a quiz next week and they know they didn't even read the introduction. Right. So that's why we have become better, because we are trying to make sure that if we didn't do the class, we go for PTG, the students are having I think it's not the same lah, but equally they understand the subject when they learn it themselves. So because in UMS, because I try to find any circular regarding you can actually substitute your class with online, but there's no actually. Until we have a garis panduan pembelajaran teradun gantian for UMS, vetted by Senate last year December. So actually there's a document on it that we can replace our class online for at least minimum 4 weeks. Okay, next rule. So this is the definition of blended learning. Combination of online learning and face-to-face learning with 30% to 79%. If you got more than 79%, your course will be categorized as ODL, ODN, of learning of 37 of content, activities and assessment conducted online, either supporting means 1732, or replacing. So if replacing it is PTG 40-40-20, face-to-face learning. So this is based on the definition in the Dasar e-PEMBELAJARAN Negara 2011, 1732. So next one. This is the operational definition. The only thing missing is only the cost synopsis. 1732. 1 is cost synopsis. 7 is material. 3 is student engagement. 2 is student assessment. Now in PTG minus the cost synopsis, we still have to do the materials, the 40%. We still to do the student engagement 40%, and we still have to do the assessment 20%. But how do you count the 40-40-20? That is the problem. 1732 actually is based on our 30% of face-to-face teaching and learning with our students. So if we have 3 credit hours for 14 weeks, the natural one, 14 weeks, we'll be meeting them 42 hours. 3 credit hours multiplied to 14 weeks, it will be 42 hours. So 30% of 40 hours equals to 12.6. So we round up it to 13 hours. So 13 hours is 1 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2. That is the old one. The new one is the counting is based on our SLT. So where do we know about SLT? In our table 4, right? So it is based, so it means our blended learning will be 30% from our student learning time, which is if it 3 credit hours class, so 30% of 120 hours is 36 hours. So the 40-40-20 applies to that 36 hours only, not the whole 120 hours. Okay, so it means if the faculty chose that we have to do the minimum, 30% to be PTG. So for 3 credit hours, only 36 hours of the teaching learning is PTG. So the 36 hours too, that when we apply the 40-40-20, it will be 40% is 14.4 hours, 40%, another 40% for material student engagement is 14.4 hours, and 20% of 36 hours is 8 hours. So 14 and 8, it becomes 36 hours. So you still have your face-to-face 70 hours to teaching and learning with students. You only concentrate for the PTG is only for this 36 hours. Next one. I've been explaining it all this while. Next one. Okay. This is the table that I mentioned. If your class is 3 credit hours, your course is 3 credit hours, 40% of the material it should be equals to 14 hours in your table 4. Activity 40 hours equal to 14 hours in your table 4. Assessment 20% of 8 hours. Okay, actually sometimes there are people young, especially all the ones who likes numbers, statistics. When they count it, it will be the exact figure will be 14.4, 14.4 and 7.2. Tidak berdosa, it's not a sin if your table 4 shows that figure. It is the same. It is still 36 hours. Okay, this is if you want to do a PTG, let's say you chose to do 30% minimum of PTG, how many classes that you can replace? For 30%, you can do 4 weeks. Yeah, total hours SBL is 36. So you can substitute 4 weeks of classes with PTG. Okay, and the rest is for conventional. Next one. For those who are teaching 2 credit hours classes, and this will be the hours. Material 10 hours, student engagement 10 hours, and your assessment 4 hours equal to 24 hours, not 36. Yes. One credit hours, huh? No. No, it's you cannot compare one. Well, this is based on SLT, student learning time. Student learning time. It means when it's come material, one material maybe equals to how many hours of student learning time. It's not our teaching time, it's student learning time. It's based on SLT, student learning time, not our teaching time. Okay?
So whatever, if our credit hour is 4 credit also, we can use the minimum 3 credit hours?
For 4 credit, this one is 2 credit hours. For 4 credit hours, you can show, there's a table for that. Okay. So you just only have to follow the table there. This is for the focus. This is 2 credit hours. Let's say abaikan the 40 and 50 because for blended learning actually, okay, the general guideline in Malaysia is for blended learning to exist, it should be exist within the 30% to 79 sphere. Okay. All this while the 1732 we are going for the minimum, right, to achieve the BL, but actually we can go up to 50% if we want to. But actually the prerogative is to the faculty. Whether they want to adopt, actually our minimum is 40%. So if your minimum is 40%, so you should use the second column, total SLT, the 40% one. But for UMS, for the LNPT purposes, you only have to adhere to the 30% actually. Because if you want to do the 40% or 50%, you have to have the have to meet from the JKPA to give you permission to use that. But
it cannot be more than 50%. The one that is allowed is 30%.
yeah, because if you use 40%, the hours will be bigger. Will be bigger.
So we can use also 30% as well, okay?
30% that is a must. 30% for the LNPT, it's a must. It's a must. 30%. Yeah, it depends, and then we give actually the prerogative to the faculty to choose, to decide whether if you want to adopt the 30%, so fine, 30% should be okay. Okay, but sometimes there are some of friends who really like online, really like. I tell you, there are people who really likes and then they are good at it, and the faculty knows about it, and maybe they can give permission. But some of really like for some other reason lah. So actually, you are the subject matter expert. You know whether this course boleh buat online ke tidak. Maybe Dr. Yap will know to check cardiovascular tu memang 80% boleh online ke tidak, kan? You know, you as a doctor you know. Macam saya, we are from social science. Macam, how do I know? It's not my field kan. So we let PEP, we let the faculty decide. You know whether it should be more than 50% or not. And sometimes, okay, the minimum is 30%. But you try to do, there's a table 4 punya template. You try to do your PTG based on your course. If your course is actually lebih banyak physical, okay, 80% is physical. So if you didn't achieve the 30%, right? In current language, if you didn't achieve the 30%, BL gagal lah. Fine, kan betul? The BL you didn't achieve, didn't get the 5 marks in LNPT. But in PTG, the flexibility is this. If your course memang whatever you duduk pusing tulang belakang, you see that I cannot achieve lah the 30% based on PTG, but you still can achieve the 1732, right? So your course will fall under the category of 1732 because our reporting to the ministry is how many courses conducted in PTG mode and how many courses is conducted, the delivery is in PTS 1732 mode. So don't worry if you cannot achieve your course to PTG. Sometimes it need a few tweaks to achieve the PTG. So there will be another course on that actually. There's a TOT training for lecturer to teach the champion in each faculty on how to develop your table 4 to meet the PTG. So I think 5 representatives from the faculty will be called upon for this. Next, sorry. It's not changing your table 4 actually. You just
the mode of delivery table 4. It has to be some amendment, is it?
yes, the number of amendment, like because last time 1732 there's no connection with kita punya BL, right?
1 hour to 2 hours, we put 1 hour face-to-face and 2 hour non-face-to-face like that.
That is still supporting. That is still supporting.
So we can change the number of non-face-to-face.
Yes. Okay, I will share. I think I've come to the third agenda of my presentation is sharing my table 4 to you, how I go about it. Ya, kasihan dulu. Betul, kasih tunjuk tadi. Sorry. Okay. Okay, just now I mentioned about the table 4. Actually, there's a upgraded version of table 4 produced by PPKA, not by PEP, because all academic matters still goes under PPKA, and this is actually developed by PPKA. And the new one is there is a tab there mentioning about your PTG achievement in the Excel file. So ini gambarkan. So keluar dari sini, tunjukkan.
Masuknya mouse. Lari mouse.
Okay. Yes. Buka sekejap. So everybody have their own table 4, and then you can look actually how I develop my table 4 to meet the PTG requirement. Okay. Kasih awal daripada guide. I don't know whether Dr. Ismail, your table 4 yang begini ke sekarang ni?
We are still
Using the old one, ah? I understand because our faculty is using the same, the white one without color. But this is the latest table 4 that has been produced by PPKA to be used for PTG. So actually, if you look into PPKA's website, you can download the new version of table 4. Okay, you can download there. Just download yang updated on the 30th October of 2020. Itu the current version. The form. So in the form you just put everything lah, transferable skill. It is the same with our table 4 lah. Communication skill, leadership, autonomy and responsibility based on your PLO. Lagi turun Zul. And put your PLO there. Ini macam biasalah table 4. All of us understand. Teaching and learning. Next, okay. This is where you develop your PTG. This is where you develop your PTG. So this is a 3 credit hours course. So the minimum that I can substitute is 4 weeks, right? So I choose 4 weeks that I know the subject. I can deliver online. Student can understand it online. I don't have to do any practical with them. So like atas dulu, okay. Week 4 and week 5, management of OSH and risk management, there is no face-to-face lecture. Instead of having a face-to-face lecture, because I'm planning of aware, because during this time maybe akan raya, after 3 weeks kamu tengoklah contohnya kan. So I change it to a synchronous lecture online, but it's under the online technology mediated synchronous materials online. And then I supported it with materials, another materials. And then there's another activity there, maybe a forum. And then there's no, I didn't put any independent learning because if you do an online learning, actually, the online learning itself is already independent, right? So you don't have actually to put, sana. Okay, under the independent learning any numbers, it's okay, it's not a sin. For the course, for the week, for the topic that you choose for PTG. It only applies for the week that you choose PTG. So, so I chose week 4 and week 5. There's another 2 weeks. introduction to OSH audit, and then current issues in OSH. All subject that I don't have to do any practical. Sorry.
I just want to ask, L and T is what?
L and T?
Yeah, so it's LTO, right?
Oh, this one? Learn lecture, tutorial, practical, others. For those who have consultation, usually they put it in others. L is lecture, T is tutorial, P is practical, O is others. So others, any teaching and learning which is not falls under lecture, tutorial, or practical. Okay, because like macam my course, we have carnival. They have to deliver a carnival of OSH, awareness, end of the semester. So it falls under the O.
So for the table 4, in order to refer as PPG, meaning we need to complete the online materials and activities. These three column need to be...
Yeah, the 40, this is based on 40, 40, 20. So the column is materials, how many? And then for materials, there are 2 tau. One online materials, one is synchronous, one is asynchronous. It should be 14 hours. So in PTGIs, it's either you want to do full asynchronous or full synchronous, is up to you, or a combination of it. But the total of it should be 14 hours. Turun bawah, Zul? Sorry?
The ratio of the materials, activity, and the
30%. 30%.
synchronous and asynchronous.
Depends on you.
It depends.
Depends on you.
Ratio 1:1 or something.
No. There's no. It depends on you whether you want to do a full synchronous or full asynchronous. It depends on you because under MQI there's no saying that you should do for PTG. But for the face-to-face conventional, you should do lah 1 for 1, right? 1 lecture, 1 independent hours. That's for MQI. But for PTG, there's. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ada soalan lagi. Next, Zul. And then you can look actually bawah sih mau tunjukkan. Turun. Okay. Actually turun kasih ke tepi. Okay. Atas. You can see this actually. Alah. Yang 6 and 8.4, 6 is my lecture synchronous, 8.4 is my lecture asynchronous. 6 plus 8 equals to 14.4, right? And then after the 8.4 is 14.4 is the activities. So for the learning materials, the table will show you that you already achieved the PTG. Materials 14.4, learning activities 14.4 based on the hours that you put in your table for. They are
What does asynchronous and synchronous mean?
Okay, synchronous is you have to do it your class online like through Zoom, Google Meet. You have to present at the same time with your students. Real time. But for asynchronous, you have a video of yourself. You don't have to be there. You let your students to read. That is asynchronous. So asynchronous means you don't have to be in real time with your students. That is the difference between async and sync. Okay.
For example,
Yes.
so this 30% we have to amend in our level 4 as synchronous online.
Synchronous or asynchronous.
40% of the SLC.
Synchronous, yeah, you can do synchronous for your lecture. For your lecture, you can do synchronous, but if you don't want to do synchronous, you can still do asynchronous for your lecture.
How we prove this asynchronous part?
Proof that the students read our materials. That's why that's come the learning activities, student engagement. There's a forum. Maybe you provide a video and then discuss actually what happened in the forum, or what happened in the video, and then in the forum the students should answer.
But what we do now, usually for asynchronous, we put in a timetable So for this SPL, we have to do
You do the how do you make sure the student do the readings from that activities before this?
basically put in our timetable as their
Yeah, but we do not know whether you do it or not.
Quiz. Usually we put short quiz.
Ah.
To
If quiz is good because we know that whether they read or understand it, right? That's why when you do this, let's say you do online forum, you want them to understand one video, and then in the forum you ask, let's say what actually happened in the video, whose fault it is. So let the student give their opinions on it. In the forum, in ITEL. So the proof is there online. The proof is there. Even if
make it compulsory for everyone to put a comment in the forum section. In order to
no, student engagement is not compulsory. It's not compulsory.
how can you ensure that each student actually read the materials? If we create the forum section.
But because we are teaching adult students, right? So actually, the purpose to go university is to study. So maybe some people, we should ask them, you must read this one. But my students, usually I will say that there's an activity there that you can answer there. But on top of that, to make sure that they're really involved, there's an assessment. Because our student, bila ada quiz, bila ada markah, and then they will do it. There will be a quiz on it. That's why the 40-40-20, because we want to be a better materials in terms of substituting our class, right? We give our materials, videos, everything. There's an engagement for the student to discuss among them, student activities. And then there is an assessment quiz in Kahoot relating to that topic. So my advice is, my suggestion will be, if you substitute the class, there should be a materials, there should be an engagement on it, activities, and there should be a small quiz, Kahoot, which is, it shouldn't...
Just to be as part of assessment as learning, not
Yes.
to be as the contribution.
It's only for the formative, just learning, assessment as learning, not a submission, not yang kita kira for final. Just to make sure they learn and understand something about it, because usually when I'm aware, like this, the fifth week about risk assessment. Week 7, I come to the class and ask about, I'm saying that this is a hazard. But when student doesn't understand what is hazard, but actually the lecture is already there, I know they didn't read, then based on the quiz they didn't understand, and I will ask them why didn't they understand. So it actually an indicator for us to show that actually whether the independent learning is happening or not, if there's an activity online. Okay, is it okay? Can I teruskan dulu?
For the independent learning, right?
Yes.
We provide the students with a subject or like.
Independent, it depends on the student, not us. Because it will auto calculated. But this one, because of technical issue, you can put in your independent learning yourself for face-to-face. But for PTG, actually you don't have to fill in anything, because if you are learning online, you are doing it independently already, right? So you can put it 0 there. For PTG only, yeah? For PTG only. And this is in terms of the teaching and learning, and then in terms of the assessment, you put all the assessment that you have. So my assessment is 7.2 lah, I put it here. This is during the penilaian berterusan lah. 1 face-to-face midterm, but for quiz, group project, individual assessment, it is asynchronous. So turun Zul, next. So my minimum, because the table will show you whether you achieve or not, because minimum SLT is 7.2. So mine is total SBI SLT assessment is 7.2. So you go to the next tab, Zul, SLT summary. So at the end, there will be indication whether you achieve or not your substitute blended learning. So my learning materials is 14.4 hours, learning activities 14.4, assessment 7.2, 36 hours. So ini achieve sudah. I can get my 5% already for LNPP. So to know whether your course have been putting the hours correct, actually you can look at your CAP, course assessment plan. Jangan naik atas dulu. Atas saja. So ada figure yang tu. From the numbers you will know whether your jam hours is the weightage is sesuai kan, suitable with your SLT. Because kalau if it's not suitable, the SLT part, I think the difference after percentage, it will be red there. Dia akan jadi merah. It will show that actually your assessment, your number of hours and your assessment is not it's not tally. The weightage is not tally. So let's say for CLO1, my weightage is 20%. My marks is 20% for my students. So how many hours should be there? So 20% of 120 credit hours, it should be 24 hours. So it shows there in the SLT 24.2. This is based on what you have filled in your TNL before. So the calculation will be automatic. Then you will know. So you make all the changes lah, that because usually CAP we have different sheet, right? Kalau for CAP, but this time when we put our table for teaching and learning, automatic it will count our CAP as well.
So for one lecture, for example, we teach face to face, and we upload the material on the website and the ITEL. That one count for two separate, face to face and online. And it should be okay.
That will become the supporting of your topics.
So 30% means that 30% of SLT must be in the website or
online in ITEL. We can
either online, under face to face, or non face to face.
Yes, synchronous or synchronous. Okay, and then the final actually, which is yang when auditor comes, it will be our table 4 lah. So everything is there. What we have been put in the form, in the TNL, the assessment, everything will be here. Turun bawah, betul? Actually all the PTG semua tu tidak ada, all the 40% tidak ada, but this is the final product of it lah. Okay. Ini during the exam, final exam. Madleka, I think, is it okay for the table 4? Maybe you have to try with your table 4 first. Try. My suggestion, my advice will be try with your course, because each course have different needs. You know what the students should learn, right? So you just try to put in the numbers in your course, and then whether you make the decision whether this is actually you can do, whether it can achieve the PTG or not. I cannot say that you can or not based on what is your course. You have to try it, put in based on your own table 4. That's why we are giving you ample time, 1 semester, to do it. But if you still have problem about it, actually you can still call us and we can do it together. Just to understand it more lah. Keluarkan. Keluar.
Itu yang lama bukan?
Yang saya punya?
Yang dalam slide.
Ini.
Yang scan dah keluarnya. Lama punya ni kan?
Tarik. Dia kena tengok, dia tarik dia bilah.
Cuma di guide.
Dia mesti ada tarik. Kalau tidak tarik, dia tidak boleh.
Oh, okay.
Keluar slide seterusnya. Dia mesti ada nih.
Oh, ini lama punya.
Kasih keluar tuh. Coba kasih keluar nih. Dia boleh. Yang lama punya kah?
Iya, yang ini. Saya scan tadi.
Oke, jangan keluarkan dah.
Okay.
So, I've asked PPKA if you want to know about the table 4 yang the current one, the one that I showed you just now. You can go to PPKA's website and then download it from there. because they are the one who are developing the table 4. I am just actually helping them and explaining to the faculty on how to do it. Adakah? Entahlah. Itu kata. Dia macam hilang tu, cuba try. Nah, I think because they changed from Google Drive to SharePoint kan, UMS SharePoint, so issue of itulah. Maybe I will share with dengan Dr. Fairul yang saya punya kopi. But it's better because sometimes maybe kopi saya salah. That's why I prefer you to download it from PPK website. But I will give you Dr. Fairul my kopi yang kosong for you to try the PTG punya formula. Is it okay? Okay. Thank you. I think that's all for my explanation for PTG. Thank you for the question because I think there's one table that I haven't prepared yet, the add credit hours. But sometimes, okay, the question is sometimes do we have sulam courses in FPSK? Do we have that? No. If it's sulam, if it's categorized as sulam, automatically it will be exempted from PTG. Why? Because the TOR for sulam is the face-to-face should be more than 70%. So automatically it wouldn't be counted as PTG courses. So sometimes there are faculty that the courses is of sulam 1. So because for PTG the minimum online is 30%, right? But for sulam the face-to-face should be more than 70%. So actually it's irony. So if it's categorized as a sulam course, so it wouldn't falls under the PTG requirement. I think ini kan ni?
Attendance.
Oh, ini attendance. So scan your attendance for IDP marks. Okay, and then thank you for your attention.